For 2 years, Chris Toledo worked on every detail of his gorgeous Spanish Mediterranean home he nicknamed Casa California. He dreamt of owning one just like it since he was a kid, but he never imagined he'd literally have to build it himself.
I always had this idea of creating my dream home. Ever since I was a kid, growing up in Alhambra, it was always something that I saw all these different styles of architecture. So my family, they actually came to the United States, specifically here to Los Angeles in the 1970s. My parents, they came from Argentina. My dad was from Córdoba and my mom was from Rosario. And they were just kind of searching for a better life and a better opportunity for their growing family. I feel like my love of Spanish architecture ties in a lot with my own Latin culture. Growing up in an Argentinian household, I mean, Spanish was my first language. The name of the project is Casa California. It's very synonymous with California Spanish architecture, very 1920s Mediterranean influences. Ever since I can remember, I've always been a lover of art. Since I was a kid, I was always obsessed with this idea of being a maker. And I think it's one of the reasons why I loved miniatures so much is because it kind of combined all of that. Whether it be sewing, whether it be painting, whether it be woodworking, my love of history, my love of architecture. Casa California has about 10 rooms. Everything that I always do, it always starts with one simple basic idea. From there, like the roots of a tree, it kind of just branches off into different realms and different ideas that I try to kind of culminate into one final piece. And there's a lot of cutting involved. And when it came to a lot of the architectural details, there was a lot of sculpting. 95% of the whole finishing project was painting, because that's really what kind of gives the whole piece, this look of, it's been around for almost 100 years. So for the kitchen, I specifically started this room based on different designs that I had researched from the 1920s, from the tile patterns to the appliances. For the countertops, I used real stainless steel. The dining room, I also wanted to include elements from my own personal life. So the ceiling design in particular has the family crest of my partner, family crest of Argentina, where my family is from. So I wanted to include some ironwork, a lot of archways, very detailed tile work that would, kind of bring the whole look together. And then there was the master bedroom. When I kind of first started this project, I was thinking of, who would be living in this house. In the 1920s, it was very typical for people here in Los Angeles to be kind of part of the whole old Hollywood boom. So I was kind of envisioning this grand master suite for themselves, but also having the luxuries that were, considered modern at that time. So one of the biggest things that I wanted to do is give it the realism to make it feel like a real home. Whether it be the scuffs on the walls and rust on the drains. For me, that's always been my secret to making something look real. Something that's perfect and absolutely in pristine condition. It doesn't have a soul to me. There's probably about 100,000 separate pieces. Cleaning this house is very similar to cleaning a full-size house. Start room by room, whether it be, dusting the dust off of all the light fixtures, off the mantle of every fireplace. You always almost end up in a better mood at the end of the day after working on this for a couple hours. I never imagined that my little secret hobby would kind of turn into this whole new world of, opportunity and a potential career and, building these things. This would be a great down payment for a big house. Take us to the next step that we need to, have our own piece of property, own our own piece of Los Angeles one day. That would be the absolute dream. To finally see something that I've dreamed about for so many years, it's probably one of the best rewards of all of it.
People in East LA come to support young artists, and that's exactly what I've gotten from East LA. All love, support, and hope.